And after mild speculation about the future of Jets running back LaDainian Tomlinson, who turns 32 in June, ESPNNewYork.com reports the team will retain the future Hall of Famer for the 2011 season, the final year of his contract. Some other prominent Jets not so lucky and released. Veteran tackle Damian Woody and Chris Jenkins saw injuries affect their playing time last season. Most notably Jenkins, while former first-round pick Vernon Gholston has yet to produce. Jason Taylor's tenure in the Big Apple lasted all but one season. Rich Cimini of ESPNNewYork.com has more.
The Jets decided to keep LaDainian Tomlinson even though he faded toward the end of the year, but I think it's a good decision because he doesn't have a huge salary. He's still a productive back, especially in the passing game. Big security blanket for Mark Sanchez. He's a good receiver. And I think when you put all those things together, plus his leadership in the locker room was big, I think it was a good decision to keep Tomlinson. I think he can play for another year. Unlike some of the other guys they cut on Monday, Woody, Chris Jenkins coming off major injuries, Jason Taylor probably going to retire. Tomlinson, even though his age is in that category, he is really kind of an apples and orange comparison compared to those other guys.
Tim, let's get your thoughts on LaDainian Tomlinson. And Mark, you follow up with Vernon Gholston, a top pick of the Jets, 3 and done.
Well, you know, in terms of LaDainian Tomlinson, I look at a guy, and I agree with Rich Cimini. I think it's the right move. When you look at roughly $2.5 million is what the Jets will owe him this upcoming season, they have a very productive player, especially in the passing game. He's their best pass blocker at the running back position. He's their best receiver coming out of the backfield, and he really complements Sean Green well. So I think it's clearly the right decision to keep LT at that salary.
Well, I look at Vernon Gholston. Here's a perfect example of the front office not doing their job and buying into the hype. All of a sudden, he's a workout warrior at the combine. Going to the combine, he's projected as a third-round draft pick. So he goes into the combine. He runs fast. He jumps rope. He jumps over boxes. He looks great in a pair of shorts and a T-shirt. And you know what? Those are the guys that look like Tarzan, but when you put the helmet on them, they play like Jane. This is a perfect example right here in Vernon Gholston. $21 million. 0 sacks in 3 years, typical NFL bust that you buy the hype. What you do is you go back and look at the tape. You watch 3 years of games and you decide if the guy can play in the NFL or he can't play in the NFL, but don't get confused of going to the combine and looking at those numbers and being convinced after seeing the kid for 3 days, all of a sudden he jumps up 2 rounds in the draft.
Yeah. And with the lockout looming, some of the Jets' moves aren't just about the players. The Jets are planning to slash salaries for 25% of their football operations staff. That includes Rex Ryan, assistant coaches, and GM Mike Tannenbaum.